Hello, welcome. I guess I'll just hold my coffee while I'm chatting. Okay, sorry. Hello, welcome, good morning. Good morning. I love making these videos. These are my favorite videos to make, and I'm glad that it seems like people are enjoying them as much as I am. So, yay, here's a new one. I decided to set down my coffee after all. I have quite the list of things that I need to get done in 2 weeks. I have exactly 2 weeks from today before Oogie Boogie Bash, and then 2 days after that is when I leave to drive to Salt Lake for FanX. So this year I'm actually taking 4 costumes to FanX. Very exciting, doing a costume change for a photo op. Love that for me. I'm gnawing at the bars of my enclosure right now thinking about this. Like, if you get it, you get it. So I do have quite the list of stuff that I need to get done. The costume I'm wearing at Oogie Boogie, I'm also wearing to FanX. So it's like, you know, like we're finishing that costume up for Oogie Boogie, but it also has to be like convention ready, if that makes sense. Like I'm not just wearing it to Oogie Boogie, which this is the first time is this the first time I'm making a costume for Oogie Boogie? I think it is. I think usually I buy costumes for Oogie Boogie. But I don't know, I felt really inspired to make this one. I looked at buying them, but I knew I wasn't gonna like one that I bought, so I made it. And I didn't wanna, I thought about this too late to risk the shipping. Anyways, so I do in fact have quite the to-do list. You can see I already started checking stuff off, you know? But because I am taking 4 costumes, it is a little bit more work. One of them, my contest piece for this year, which you've already seen, Rhaenyra, is pretty much completely ready. I am going to readjust some of the closures a teeny tiny bit. I'm gonna loosen it just a little bit because it was a little tight at San Diego. And I redid the collar. There's that. I didn't redo the collar. I dyed the collar and then I'm reattaching the collar because that was most of the problem, was that the red collar was way too tight. It was pulling on my neck the entire day and it was really uncomfortable, and I was just like in a bad mood because of it. So I am reattaching that. I need to bring my little closure. I have like a little closures thing that I need to bring upstairs because my Nira costume is like right there. Yeah, she's right there. So I've been working on her inside when it gets too hot in the garage to work, but I need to bring my closures in. I have ideas for the closures on that. I'll show you, because that's the point of this video. So we need to finish Scarlet Witch, and I have like 2 things I need to do to finish Scarlet Witch, which is kind of crazy. And then I have my Darkhold. It's over here. There's stuff just kind of everywhere, actually, now that I say that. This will be the first time I'm taking that somewhere that it's not on display. It used to be up there. Up there. But then I have 2 Howl's Moving Castle books that I wanted to put up there. Anyways, I really want to take the Darkhold out because I made it a year ago and it hasn't seen the light of day since then. Like, who even cares? You can watch me making it here. Anyways, so yeah, we have things to do for Scarlet Witch. Aelin, pretty much done. I just need to like gather the pieces, I'm pretty sure. Dolores is done. Yeah, Dolores is done. I have all the pieces round up. I fixed the wig, what needed fixing. Dolores is done. That's so exciting. Dolores from Westworld. Yeah, we've got things to do. I have some Lexi and our Christian Cole items that need finished. That should be super duper easy. And then it's just like packing. Yeah, let's just get into it. I think we'll go check out the garage for a minute. It's gonna be really hot. Yes, I am using this footage for multiple videos. What about it? I'm filming multiple videos right now. You get to see it twice if you're watching everything. We're just gonna be working on the skirt because it's too bright still. I've been thinking about it all morning while I was drinking my coffee. I don't know how I want to do it. The only thing that I can think of, I mean, the easiest way to do it would to just literally be to spray paint it black, which is an option. I actually have a box just inside my entryway that I could use and kind of like lay it in and then just like spray the bottom. I think for the rest of it, I'm gonna just take this like spray bottle that I have, throw some watered down black paint in it, just start spraying. I think I'm gonna go on the other side of the rack. I pinned this like fabric under the bodice last night so that the glue wouldn't get onto the actual dress form, so I'll probably just find some like scrap fabric and just put it over top of the, I could get some saran wrap. I'll put something on it. I have like some towels I could put on it too. It's not like I'm gonna be like spraying too much on it. This is acrylic pouring paint that I got for free, and I feel like it has no pigment to it at all. I also have all these like water bottles that were sitting in my car for like months that I just started putting in a bag and using in like my steamers and my iron, like for paint water and stuff, because I saw a thing where you're not supposed to drink plastic water bottles that have heated up multiple times. That's why it says no. Okay, let's just do like a little test, shall we? Wait, it might be working. It's just gonna take 5 million years, but it did kind of work. I can see a difference. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I can't see little drops. I think that's gonna work actually. I just need to lock in. Okay, it's audiobook time. Okay, one thing that is, oh, sorry, you're sweating so much. One thing that's on my to-do list is the Manon cape. So at San Diego, we just pinned it in the parking lot, but I did drape it on a dress form to go with the shoulder seam and not all the way down here. So it was a little long on Lexi. It also stained her wig pink. So I'm gonna undo it, I'm gonna wash it. And then once it's like washed and dry, we will probably just safety pin it back on, honestly, to the shoulder seam where I originally wanted it. And then I'm also going to still cut the hem up a little bit further, and then I'm gonna give it the same exact treatment I just gave Scarlet Witch over there, because that worked really well. So I put on a glove. I still somehow got spray paint all over my hand. Like, that's so rude. Ta-da! That is another one ticked off the to-do list. Oh my god, we're so good at this game. I'm gonna, while that dries, we're gonna put that in the wash. So I'm gonna get my closures kit. This is my closures kit. So this is where I've got like a bunch, not all, but a bunch of my different size of eyelets, my hook and eyes, my hook and bars. Hook and bars are my favorite. Snaps, but I got this like random thing of buttons from work. So I have it divvied. It was like a thing where it's like $2 and you get this, a pound of buttons or whatever, but none of them match. So I have them just sort of by type, you know? These are my buttons that do actually match. This is my iron hem tape. I think it's getting a little old. It wasn't working last time I tried to use it. I'm gonna take this upstairs because I need hook and eyes and hook and bars. Today was a crazy day to wear shorts with no pockets. Anyways, let's move on to Nira closures. Basically, the way that the closures on this coat work is there's a button on the inside, and then you can do this kind of, I don't know if it's a trick, this technique where you make like a braid out of your thread basically, and you turn that into your loop. I've actually moved this forward about 1/2 inch. The old one did tear because it was slightly too tight. So I have moved it forward and I've loosened it a lot. Basically just have 2 hook and bars here, 2 hook and eyes here. These hook and bars, I want to move the bars slightly further this way. This whole section right here gets covered by the belt. I think I leave these hook and eyes here, but I want to put a new one here. And then for the collar, I did give this a little dye in the same dye pot as the Scarlet Witch dye. If you watched the Scarlet Witch video, I did this first actually, and then I did the shirt, and then I did the skirt. This, I actually want to put some Velcro back here. So like where it's gonna sit here, and then probably another piece, a little piece here, a little piece here. I'm gonna start on that. It is time for our next rounder in the garage. The Manon cloak is washed and dried, so I'm just gonna pin it back onto the shoulder piece with those safety pins that I took off of it. I don't know where I put them, so I guess we're using new safety pins. Oh, I found them. Anyways, I want this to be more asymmetrical than it is. It's way too boring right now. For me. It's not my costume, but it's way too boring for me. We're gonna liven it up a little bit. Ta-da! I'm calling this, that's a crazy ankle. Okay, I'm calling the Manon cloak done. I like it. It was super easy peasy. It looked so much darker over there in the dark. Obviously it's not. I actually think it's kind of perfect. It's just like a little dirty and ratty. And then I did save a piece that was cut off because at one point it becomes a hair tie. We're just gonna go back to Scarlet Witch is what I'll say. Okay, so I did in fact last night draw a line of where I actually want to cut this, and then I'm just gonna, once I cut this piece off, just take it and trace it onto this side. I also went in on a couple of spots and I placed some of these dots ahead of time. It has never ever since I started this sat like this on the dress form. I'd like everyone to know that. But I also haven't done up the back like this ever before, where I just pinned the corset together and then the skirt together. I didn't actually pin it to the dress form. It'd probably help if I like pulled out the sleeves. I'm gonna call this the happy spot of how I want it to lay. So I'm just gonna take this. This is literally like not for fabric, but I'm gonna take this and it needs to come from here like that, and then everything on that side will come off. And then on the back, we're gonna have to repaint this, but I'm just gonna paint it the edge black. Oh, wasn't a great line. Okay, it wasn't terrifying or anything. Let me just attempt to stick these little Velcro guys on now. I have a feeling they're gonna like immediately want to peel off of one side or the other. My next step is actually going to be going through and E6000ing all of these Velcro dots on, because they would much rather stick to the Velcro of each other than the fabric and the foam. So they'll get a little super glue treatment. I'm going to cut first and then we'll E6000. Inside now, I'm just gonna work on some wigs. I have one, I just got my Scarlet Witch wig delivered, and then I need to look at Alicent and see if it needs any adjustments or anything like that. My Dolores wig is done, my Aelin wig is done. I need to cut these front sections on my Rhaenyra wig that I pulled out because she has a lot of wispies on her wig actually. Okay, I did take yesterday off for a little mental health day, and I basically just worked on the Scarlet Witch wig a little bit here and there, but I have actually kind of ticked off a lot on the to-do list. So we're just gonna do some like little things. One thing I've kind of been working on in the background is the Kristen Cole sword. We weren't super happy with how it looked just like as it is. So I've been filling it in. This is actually the same sword I used for Goldrin, but I painted Goldrin, if you saw my short. So I've just been filling in all of the little like detailed things with the silicone that I've been using everywhere. This silicone caulk. I've been using this on everything. I freaking love it. I'm gonna have to get some more of this, but I've just been slowly filling these in, and then I'll have to go in and smooth them. And I'm also probably gonna reshape part of both of these once they're smooth. Yeah, but we're kind of upgrading that. And then one thing I desperately need to do is some paint touch-ups on the dagger. You can see where it's worn away. And then I'm also gonna go in, and I don't like the gems that I put on this one. I wish I'd brought down my Game of Thrones dagger, but I don't like these gems at all, so I'm going to redo them the way that I did the Game of Thrones gems. I was gonna do it that way originally, but I couldn't find the mold, and I did see it the other day on the shelf, so I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna do some touch-ups. You know what's great about me filming all of my progress making all of these is that I can go back and I can go, okay, well, I don't remember what paint I used to paint this. Oh my god, it's on tape. I have to do that with my violet daggers too. There's a few of them that are wrecked. One is in fact in 2 pieces. I broke it in half. But, you know, this just needs some touch-ups. Okay, so I have hit this 2 or 3 times now with the steamer. The last time I hit it with the steamer was like 15 hours ago, I think. So I'm going to carefully start pulling out all of the rollers. I want to say there's something like 70 or 80 rollers in this wig right now. I'm gonna start at the bottom, just go down, and I have lots of hairspray on hand. So I'm just gonna be hitting it, you know, as needed. But I think I'm also going to have to go through, because these are gonna give me nice ringlets, and I've done this before to get nice ringlets, but I need like a wave. So I'm probably gonna pull everything down and then hit it again with the steamer and just try to loosen them a little bit. I'm not gonna brush them. I'll probably finger brush them, but that's it. So I'm just gonna start. I did put, oh, you can kind of see it. I put in some fishing line to hold it open. Now I'm just gonna go in, and you can see more on the back, but where I've sewn it through, I'm going to put my good old bestie E6000 on both sides probably, and then these little Velcros that I put on the inside of this front cover here to try to hold it open more did not stick to these pages. They stuck to the other pages, but not these ones. So I'm also going to glue those. And then the dark hold is done. I also just got this in the mail, which is the headpiece. I think I don't know what I want to do about these rivets, honestly. I was debating just leaving them, debating just painting them black. This, oh, okay, so I have done my favorite technique of paper tape, tape to the table, sticky side up to hold something that you're painting down. These need a few more coats with the Testors red. This is the Angelus red, because I knew this was gonna get it like perfect, but I've been kind of finagling these for a few days now, so I just need to like sit down and paint them. The original ones I painted with nail polish, and it is like the perfect color, so I will probably eventually go find that nail polish and break that out, and also like the clear coat of the nail polish. Like this one obviously has a ding on it, but it's just perfect. I at least want to get like that sparkle on there. I know my deep red nail polish that I used on that is completely dried up, but that little like sparkle for that gem I can still do. And then I will just glue these back on and give this a cute little clear coat, and then this is done. Yay. I also ended up using, I didn't even realize it at the time, but I accidentally used a different silver for the edge and in the crack. Normally I would use the just regular silver, and apparently my last bottle was completely dried out, and I accidentally used the flat steel instead, which I didn't even realize I had, and it's given us like a much nicer color difference on that edge. Like the one before was super subtle. And then to do the lettering this time, I used the graphite, I think, yeah, graphite metallic, and that worked really well. I really like the way that that looks. I've ticked off 3 things off the list last night, and I honestly think I could get everything finished today, or like super duper close today. So like I just need to like dig my teeth in and get going, because I have another project that just showed up, actually 2, that I've been thinking about doing. And now if I get this all done today, then I'll have time for those. So that's great. I love that. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, moving on to Allison's wig. I'm doing a lot of wigs in this video, I realized. This wig has really good bones, and it really didn't get, like, this bottom braid has a little bit of matting, but it didn't get that destroyed after one wear, which we love. We love, like, you know, a protective styling. If you know anything about me, I'm gonna sew braids down on a wig, because while these bobby pins do match perfectly, I've already pulled out this many that are just holding the styling together. This isn't even counting what was like in holding the wig on her head. So it's so much easier to get in and out and keep it safe and everything when it's just sewn together. See, look, now we're losing bobby pins. I'm gonna take out all the bobby pins, and then I'm going to pull these bottom braids down. There's a little bit of like gunk right here. Like, I don't really know. I think this is just like hairspray that got whatever. So I'm gonna pull these bottom braids down, keep everything sectioned by itself. I'm gonna brush out this and re-hairspray it. And then I think I'm going to crimp these bottom braids so that hopefully this doesn't happen again. I mean, if it happens again, it happens again. It's whatever. Go again. I really just wanna like get everything as nice as possible. And then the crimping will also give us like a little bit more volume. I'm gonna leave these braids alone. Here's how I restyle my braids if I'm keeping the same style of them. First things first, I'm gonna take a picture of how it is styled so that I don't have to go into the like crazy map that I made of this. I know that I did this like night of, the night before the con, but night of. It's like Lex's office in Superman. Like, that's crazy. Sorry, I don't know why that came to mind. I had to say it too. Okay, I'm gonna brush this out now, and then I don't know what this comb is specifically called. I have 2 of them now. It is my favorite comb in the entire world. Okay, I'm done yapping now. I officially only have one thing left on my side of the to-do list. I actually need to text Lexi. Okay, I have 2 things left. One is to buy a photo op today, before the calendar changes. Oh my god, my bleach bangs are going crazy right now. So, I'm so distracted this morning. That's okay. I officially only have 2 things left on my to-do list. One is just a mental thought that I just added and I have to do before I leave. But the second is to do my build book for the costume contest for this baby and others. I am literally bribing myself today with a cute little outing and like a late lunch, early dinner type beat in order to get that done. So once the build book is done, then we can move on to the packing. I'm only gonna have I'll have like a full day to pack everything. I need to go through my list and like double check that everything is like boom, 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 exactly what I need. And I know the pair of shoes I'm wearing with Scarlet Witch. I found one yesterday when I was looking for wigs, and I have to find the other one. And I haven't worn them in a very long time. I haven't worn them since like 2019, so that'll be fun. I need them for Sunday, next Sunday, for Oogie Boogie Bash. Chat later, babes.